keep the show going. You guys ready for your next student comedian? From Bellingham, Washington, please welcome to the stage, Michael Wong.
Spokane, how everyone's doing? All you all don't know, my name's Michael. I'm from Bellingham, the west side. I used to live in Western Washington, where it takes 20 years to complete road construction just for 1 mile. And since I live in Spokane, I hit every pothole in every corner. And since they legalized marijuana, that has more than double, and I can hit them legally now. I grew up with strict parents because they're Asian. They expect me to have A's in all my classes, 5-star athlete, and leaving the restaurant when I see people struggling to use chopsticks. Trust me, it's hard. When you're eating rice, it's difficult. But I love playing sports. In college, I always wanted to try out for the hockey team. I didn't have money to pay for any of the hockey gear. And I asked my parents, can you pay for my hockey gear? My dad tells me, what class is that? His English isn't the greatest. It's not a class. It's a sport, like basketball. Oh my God, my son's gonna be the next Yao Ming in the NBA. Except you slam people in the walls and you throw down your gloves to fight. My mom tells me, do you want another ass whooping? And with that, they agreed to pay for all my hockey gear. That's $400, 8 years ago. Now with inflation, that would cost me a kidney and a pancreas to pay for that. It's 5 a.m. I show up to practice, got suited up, and I was very nervous because I was the smallest person at practice, and I feel like I'm sitting for a test. Yeah, so they showed for practice and really nervous, Asian genes, because one thing that the coach can trust me on, he can trust me that if any of my teammates are struggling with calculus, he can trust that I can help them pass it with 100%. And yeah, so we huddled up on the ice, we discussed how practice was going to be, and we lined up for our first drill, and the next 3 hours became a blur. Don't get too excited. The ice puck saw more contact with the wall than my hockey stick. Definitely not the squinting eyes. So I'm definitely failing this test. I've never ice skated before, I really haven't. Except when I'm plumbing on black ice while I'm walking with my date to dinner. I at least got a chance to make her laugh, but not so much with my pride. And at the end of practice, I walk into the coach's office, and short story, I think you'd be better off teaching people how not to make the hockey team. Well, thank you for the critical feedback, Coach Dick. He eventually offered me to be to be the manager of the team, but I quickly denied that. I did not want to hear that from the coach. But now, here comes the bad news. How am I supposed to break this to my parents? Because they just paid for my gear, $400. That's a lot of money at the time. So instead, I should have decided to try out for the basketball team, a sport that has plenty of successful Asian players. That at least gives me an opportunity to rescind my honor of my parents. Because when you have Asian parents, you don't want to bring dishonor. That's a different story. It's too horrid. It's horror right there. But I pretty much, if I were to fail, that would give them another opportunity to disown me again. I don't want that, but at least it gives them another thing to cheer me on, because I never, just like anyone else, you just never want to disappoint your parents. And overall, thank you guys, and I'm glad you